Hi, blessed be. So I wanted to do another Venefica's Occult Findings video. This is number 15, I think. So this will be a collective haul of various witchy items I've gotten over the last couple of months. So yeah, I didn't include a lot of these things in the video I had from the alternative fair because I sort of wanted to just collect everything about that fair into one video. So yeah, let's get started. So let me start with the biggest disappointment of the lot, and that is this. Now, when you buy stones on the internet, you will sometimes get duds. Now, strangely, this is the first dud I've gotten. I have gotten stones that hasn't looked as pretty in real life as I have looked on screen, but this is the first real, well, fraud I have found. Now, the seller said this was citrine. It is not. I'm not completely sure what this is. It could be colored quartz, but I just have a feeling this is glass. And one of the things you can see with this is that, doubt the camera will pick it up, but yes it does. There are blue stripes in it. Citrine does not have blue stripes. What I think this is so-called fruit quartz. Just like, for example, cherry quartz, this then being pineapple quartz, not as in the cluster type pineapple quartz, but as in the Chinese type of colored glass with quartz beds thing. Now the reason I've kept it is that it is pretty. If it is pineapple quartz, it can still be used in healing, and it still has the coloring and so on. But yeah, I'm not happy with it. That being said, even if I do encounter a dud every now and then, buying stones on the internet, I do save a lot of money. Of course, the best way to buy stones is in an actual shop where you can touch and feel the stones and feel their energies. But sometimes you have to do what the wallet demands you to. And then the best stone I've gotten, and I've been wanting one of these for so long. Look at this beauty. And I mean, the camera does not do it justice. And that's not just not because this is a crappy camera, but because it's an amazing stone. This is black quartz. Basically, it's a smoky quartz that's so dark that it's black. The black quartz are used a lot for protection. Like you will use it if you're, for example, doing spiritual work, you might have it on your altar to protect you and so on. And it's so pretty. I mean, okay, it's not very clear. A clear black quartz would have cost enormous amounts of money. So it has all these cracks and so inside. But I think these cracks just makes the piece look so much beautiful because it looks alive inside. So really, really happy with that. And I've gotten some more stones. So yeah. Rose quartz point. Have them all in a bowl here. Red aventurine. Double terminated. Hair quartz or retilated quartz point. I wanted these for some time because they stand for longevity, and since I am a transhumanist, that's good for me. Rough garnet. You can't really see the red color here, it's just look grey on the camera, but it is garnet, and it has this red sheen in it, it's very pretty. Green jasper point. Been a lot of points here. I've been more into using crystal ones lately, so I've just stocked up on some points. More hair quartz. Like I said, I have gotten 2 of these double terminated ones. see if I can see that. So that I can use that for healing myself and trying to attract longevity. Double terminated piece of obsidian. Blue fruit quartz. Blueberry quartz as it's usually called. Double terminated rock crystal. Double terminated rose quartz. I really like this one, it's gorgeous. It's a double terminated piece of sodalite. Now you have to excuse me if I get some of these names in English wrong, because they are sometimes spoken differently than in Norwegian. A rather dark piece of hair quartz. Like I said, I fall in love with these. Pirate grass. Pirate grass jasper disc with a yin yang symbol. Now I don't know if these are colored or not. They're so extreme in the color that I suspect they might have been treated in some way, but I really like it. And of course it has been fused together with several types of stone, with several pieces of stones, but I still really like it, and I'm thinking that it will be great to have as a center point for crystal grids. What I do not like is that it's meant to be a pendant, so it has a little hole up there. Yeah, you can see it. But all in all, I really like that. It was rather cheap. These are called dragonite stones or serpentines. I'm not actually completely sure what their official name is. Usually called dragon eggs. Really think that one's pretty. Aventurine double terminated. Another piece of double terminated aventurine. This one is very dark grey. I bought it because it had this unusual color shade. It's like not completely green, it's more like greenish grey. I haven't got anything like this in my collection, so I picked it up. Another piece of double terminated rock crystal. I got these because of all the little bubble irregularities inside it. I haven't taken the sticker off yet, I haven't used it yet. All these little bubbles that I think is very pretty. Give the stone character. I have this little faceted point of amethyst. I really like it. It's really pretty, and 12 sides I think. I'm not completely sure, I haven't counted them. But yeah, it's really cute. A small fat double terminated piece of pale amethyst. Up a little. A bit longer double terminated piece of blue fruit quartz, which again is then from a glass made in China. It has quartz inclusions. I'm really finding them interesting to work in a metaphysical term. More double terminated piece of red aventurine. Another rock crystal point. Another piece of obsidian. I was planning with these two pieces of obsidian to do when I do crystal layouts. I can put them across the palms of my hands like this. It's straighter perhaps, but yeah, to sort of make an energy loop around me with protective energies, because black stones are very grounding and very protective. I have this stone heart. It's a form of jaspis, but right now I can't for the life of me remember what kind of jaspis it is. I have it written up, but yeah, green jaspis. And a long thin piece of double terminated rose quartz. In addition, I've gotten this stone which needs a little bit of unpacking. I have kept it in this plastic bag until I get a pouch for it because it's sort of fragile. So yeah, it is amethyst. Excuse me. I mean obsidian, but it has these sort of yellow stone growing on it. I don't remember what the yellow stone is. I sort of just picked the stone up because it looks very interesting. So I was thinking I could learn about it later. Sometimes do that to learn about new stones. I pick it up and then I read about it later. And I've gotten 3 new pendulums. Yeah, I know. I'm a slut for them. Gotten these. It's green clay and green sparkly thingies. Sort of rhinestone things. And I have gotten this, which as far as I know is sort of jaspis. Really like the coloring of it. And I have gotten one with black agate. So yeah, that's the stones I've gotten. Let me just get them back in the bowl just to make sure they don't get in the way and get broken or anything. I like to take care of my stones. So yeah, these stones are all bought from China, and I know it's questionable morality in buying crystals from there because of how nature and the people digging them out is treated. And I have been debating a bit myself whether or not that was a good thing for me to do. At the same time, they're so much cheaper than buying them here in Norway or even from an American or British seller. So I could get all these points for, I don't know how much I paid for this all in all, this lot. And not including the 2 big ones. I think I paid, I don't know, $60 or so for this entire set of stones. Just a guesstimate there. Yeah, this isn't including then that this one I bought otherwise and was a bit more expensive, and so was this. But the points. So yeah, perhaps a bit of a bad moral decision for me there, but at the same time, like I said, sometimes you have to go by the wallet. Anyway, let's move on to books. First book I wanted to show was Richard Southall, Haunted Route 66, Ghosts of America's Legendary Highway. I really like ghost stories, and I was thinking that I've always heard about Route 66. It's a historical landmark in the United States, and it might be interesting to hear what sort of paranormal legends are around there. And I love those sort of... I just love to snuggle up with a book of true tales of ghosts and that kind of thing. And this is made by Lavelle. And then I've gotten Tai Chi Fa Chin, Advanced Techniques for Discharging Chi Energy by Montek Chia and Andrew Chan. Now, energy work is perhaps the thing within the occult that I'm best at. It's definitely the thing that is closest to my heart. So I really like this book. It is more along the lines of Eastern philosophy and martial arts, which ties into Tai Chi. But the main focus on the book is actually manipulating Chi, and I really found it interesting. I've read a lot in it, just read a few sections here and there. Really seems interesting and can't wait to get into it. This is published by Destiny Books. And then I have gotten Talking to the Spirits, Personal Gnosis in Pagan Religion, by Kenas Philan and Raven Caldera. Now, I sort of bought this book on a whim. I was picking up books that I was going to buy from Amazon. I saw this and I was thinking, okay, I have to have it. Because basically, Raven Caldera is my favorite pagan author. Actually, I didn't know that he had written it when I picked it out. I sort of saw it. It's big, it's colorful, it's about communicating with spirit, and I was thinking, okay, it's not that expensive, and I'm gonna buy a lot anyway, so I still have to pay it won't add the total of the shipping fees that much up. I'll click on it, I'll buy it. And I noticed it was by Raven Caldera, and I was so happy because Raven Caldera is one of my absolute favorite pagan authors. Really glad I picked that book up. I haven't read it yet. I try to limit the amount of books I buy on impulse buying, because yeah, but this time I seem to have really lucked up with it, so I really have high expectations for this book. And that was published by Destiny Books as well. And then I have Your Psychic Self, a quick and easy guide to discovering your intuitive talents, by Melissa Averes. So it's basically one more of those develop your psychic abilities books, which I really enjoy reading. Now, I wonder what some of Llewellyn's books, this is by Llewellyn, you see their little half moon, have this sort of half velvety, half almost oily feel to some of their book covers. It really feels weird. I wonder why they use that. But anyway, looking forward to that book. And then we have Make Magic Your Life by T. Torren Coyle, Passion, Purpose, and the Power of Desire. And this is by Vaisi Books. So, yeah, it's about magical philosophy, including magic in your lives, and so on. It seems pretty interesting. And then I have a book named Witchy Magic by Lucy Cavendish and Serene Confeely. I think it's Confeely. I sort of picked this book up because I like the author Lucy Cavendish, and I sort of like the picture on the front, and I often like to read these sort of generic books on magic that isn't specifically aimed at Wicca. So yeah, it was sort of an impulse buy as well, but a bit more research than the spirit book. And it is by, I have no idea, it's just marked with little butterfly. Probably says in here somewhere what that publisher is. But yeah, not to make this video way too long, I'm not gonna start reading through it, try to figure it out. And then I have How to See Fairies, Discover Your Psychic Powers in 6 Weeks by Ramsey Dukes, and it's by Aeon. So yeah, like I said, I do like those Discover Your Psychic Abilities kinds of books, because they very often include practical and interesting exercises that you can use for your spiritual development, and it often has that author's point of view on the whole what is psychic abilities and so on, so they're usually very interesting reads that you can learn something of, even if you might disagree with the main stance of that author. They're usually interesting exercises, and you get to learn other people's views. I have Enchantment of the Witch Art, Manipulation through Posture and Glamour by Peter Padden. So basically, yeah, It's more about influencing others' minds, glamour, and so on. And I have always had a bit of a talent for glamour, so I sort of, but I haven't really developed that. I mean, one time I did exercise to lose weight, and yeah, everybody was telling me, "Oh, how thin you are! You have gotten so amazingly thin. Isn't that wonderful for you?" And weight says exactly the same thing. So yeah, the tendency is sometimes, when I do spells to change my physical appearance, and yes, you do have to do the work, even so, it turns out to become glamorous. So I'm thinking that glamour is something that I should work more on. So therefore I picked up that book. And then I have Cider. The Gate is Open by Katie Gerard. Working with trance, prophecy, the High Seat and Norse witchcraft. Let me just read you the who published this one. It is self-published, I think. Yeah, and this is by Avalonia. Now, being Norwegian, I am interested in Seid, the one of two main magic systems practiced by the Vikings. You have Seider and Galder. The Seider being more prophecy, it being trance work, and that sort of thing. Now, as anyone who is either Norwegian or might be Celtic and so on, have a tendency to figure out when somebody produces a book about, especially when they are Americans and they produce a book about or our ancestral spiritual systems, tend to be a lot of mistakes in there. I don't know how accurate this book is, but actually finding a book about Cider specifically, I couldn't pass it up. And then I have Praying with the Angel by Richard Webster, and this is by Llewellyn. So yeah, this book I've been starting to read a bit in. It's very interesting. It's just not prayers, it's all sort of rituals, various sorts of workings, everything you can do that involves angels. And I've been more and more into angel work lately. So it's a bit on the New Agey side, but like I said, I'm not ashamed to be a New Ager. And then I have Bagua. I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Please don't shoot me if I get it wrong. Bagua Circle Walking Nei Guang. The Meridian Opening Palms of Bagua Shang by Tom Bisio. Basically, it's energy techniques based on Bagua and Nei Guang, and it's mostly about walking, getting energies up to walking, and like for example, here is a little diagram for how to walk to release a special sort of energy. Like I said, I'm very interested in energy work, and it's getting more and more into Asian systems as they have a very much greater focus on energy work, though of course Western occultism is also pretty focused on energy. So yeah, and this is published by Outskirts Press. And then I have one huge book here. This is Llewellyn's complete book of correspondences. A comprehensive or cross-referenced resource for pagans and Wiccans by Sandra Keynes. And this, of course, by Llewellyn. So yeah, this is a huge book. And what this is, it's just charts and charts and charts of, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, of correspondences. This isn't a book that you sit and read from cover to cover. It's like if you want to do a ritual for the health of a pet. You can search up what stones is corresponding to that, what colors, what gods, what energies, what days in the week, what astrological signs, and so on. It's just basically reference material for, well, yeah, correspondences. Seems pretty good. And this video seems to be getting pretty long. Well, yeah. Then we have Witchcraft 60 Enchanted Projects for the Creative Witch by Lexa Olik by Levelin. This is exactly what it says on the tin. It's basically pagan crafts. Well, you see some of them back here. We have a fairy wand, a little stone goddess keychain, a chalice, all sorts of like these goddess offering dishes, which are absolutely gorgeous, that uses shells. Basically, all sorts of crafts that you can use to make comfort stones, making various ritual tools to pagan decorations. So yeah, I am looking forward to starting some craft projects from that book. And then we have The Mighty Dead, Communicating with the Ancestors of Witchcraft by Christopher Pensack. And it is by Copper Cauldron. So yeah, basically it is about communicating with various forms of the ancestors of witchcraft, if you want, ascended masters, all of these kinds of beings. I haven't really gotten into the book yet, but basically working with these entities, and it seems very interesting. And the last book I have is how am I gonna pronounce this? Sorgitsak, maybe. To Dancing the Blood by Veronica Camper. Basically, it is a book on a system of European witchcraft called Sorgitsak. Now, I might not be able to pronounce the name, but I do think the system is very interesting, and this is book 2 in Veronica Cammer's books about this system. So yeah, and it is by Pendraig Publishing. So yeah, now I'm gonna also show this in a few videos, basically because I'm so excited about it. It is the deck of 1000 spreads, which is basically a toolkit for making tarot spreads. We're gonna do a complete review about this eventually. So yeah, I've also gotten 2 magazines. I've gotten Witchcraft number 40, September-October 2004. And it has a lot of interesting articles, however the cover do make it look like a porn mag. Sorry, but it does. Not that I have anything against porn mags, they are lovely, but yeah, the cover looks very trashy. But the magazine is quite okay. And then I've gotten the Medium number, does it say here somewhere? Medium number 4, 2013. I just gotten it, I haven't read it yet. Medium being my favorite Norwegian New Age magazine. So yeah, that was my haul. And I see that my video is starting to near half an hour, so it's time to stop it. So yeah, thank you for watching this entirely too long video. I hope you have a great day, and blessed be.